Customizing the design of your App Inventor 2 app, Part 1. The goals of this short video are the following: to learn the importance of descriptive names when programming, naming rules or conventions, uploading files, in the designer, how to adjust properties like font, color, image, names, and size, using the vertical layout component to customize the design, and how to use RGB red, green, blue codes to customize colors. So let's go to App Inventor 2, and I'm going to ask you to customize your button app. The first thing I would like you to do is notice screen 1, which is not a real accurate description of what is on this screen. In order to change that screen name, click on screen 1 and go down to the title component and name it. Rename it something a little more descriptive of what the screen is about. Notice the name is changed. Another thing I want you to notice is that components, these are the components. They're a bunch of buttons, the accelerometer, text-to-speech. It's important when you program to give your components descriptive names so that when you go to blocks, you know exactly what that component is for. So notice, I know this is for my color button. This is the surprise button, which I will talk about later on. Button 2 doesn't tell me very much. It's easy to change the component names. Do this by clicking on the component, button 2. Down here it says rename. This button is going to be for the image. When I click the button, it's going to change image. So give it to the new name and OK. Notice though, I have used no spaces. You can't use spaces when naming components. Also, it's good practice to start new words with a capital letter since you can't use spaces. Another thing, App Inventor 2 will not let you name anything beginning with a number like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. You couldn't say 1 button, 2 button, 3 button. OK changes the name. Just as you should name your components with descriptive names, any of the media you upload should be named so that it is easy for you to tell what you meant to do with that. Uploading files is easy. It's just a matter of uploading the file and finding the file on your computer and then clicking OK. In the designer, I want you to notice that there are lots of things you can do under the Properties button. You can change the background color of your app. You can do other things such as adjust the font. This is not a very good description. This is what the user will see. And instead of text for button, what I want the user to see is over here. This is all what the user will see. So go down to the text box, and this is going to just say, click me. But I want that click me to be fairly big, so I want it black. I also want it to be 18 font is good, and also bold. The other thing you can do is you can give your components, like this is a boring button, an image. When you click on this click me button, go ahead and change the look of it by going to image. Again, this is under properties, image, and I want this one to be my star multi. So I'm just going to go ahead and click OK, and there it is. Now, let's talk about layout. This is off balance. App Inventor 2 has a way for you to be able to make things look good. If you go to the left user interface section and click on layout, there are a lot of options. I want the vertical arrangement, so I'm going to drag the vertical arrangement here. And that's certainly not a very good size. But notice if I click on vertical arrangement in properties, over here I can adjust the height. Now I want this vertical arrangement to fill the entire screen, so I'm going to say the height needs to fill the parent. This is my parent. Okay. And also I want the width to fill the parent. And once I do that, I can go ahead and drag my components into the vertical arrangement, and notice how it just adjusts automatically like that. And then to go ahead and make things look better, if you click on the component, you should be able to center it. And actually, I'm not seeing where that is in my properties. Should be under alignment. Okay, I think this will do it, even though it's not text. No, that is not doing it. Text alignment center. Oh, that just kind of stinks. All right, let's see what this is. Okay, I think this is it. I'm going to click on vertical arrangement and just say alignment center. Well, that was hard. Next thing I want you to be aware of is we've talked about pixels and RGB color codes. One of the things I would like you to do is in the red button that you did, when you click the button, it turned to red or another color. You did this by clicking on the colors and dragging a button. This time, I want you to play with making your own color. So if you pull down, there's a make a color box, and go to the RGB color chart and find a color. I think I'm going to take this one, the rosy brown. Write down the codes for rosy brown and replace the code here with codes you wrote down, and that is a way for you to customize the color, get exactly what you want. The other button you should make sure you have is the image button, and in order to change that image, you're going to go ahead and click on image button and find that set image button, that button image right there and in order to change it, oddly you use a text box even though it's an image, not text, but text goes in there. What you have to do is name it exactly the name of that file in your media bucket. And I'm going to go ahead and when the image gets clicked, it's going to be that star black. And you have to take the exact file extension, the PNG or the JPEG or the GIF. Now, last thing I want you to do is surprise me. Notice I have a surprise button, and go ahead and choose anything you want to make a change to that button. It can be text, it can be invisible, it can be height. Choose something and show me that you can do something new. This ends customizing App Inventor 2 design Part 1.